All right, so today we're going to talk about the Adobe ID and the Adobe Creative Cloud. Your Adobe ID, I want you to think of as like your screen name, your gamer tag. The Creative Cloud, I want you to think of as Steam or the PlayStation Network. If you have a PlayStation brand new out of the box and you have no internet and no games, you've got a big lead weight, right? If you've got Steam and no internet, then you can't do anything with it. There's no purpose in it. With Steam, you have an ability to download a wide variety of games. With the Adobe ID and the Creative Cloud, you have an ability to download a wide variety of programs. Pitt County Schools has offered you this app free of charge. It usually costs, for what you're going to get, over $100 a month. It's a big ask, but they've given it to you for free. Now, you should have gotten an email from Adobe recently that says get started with CCE. What I want you to do is go to your email, and I'll pull it up here. Go to your email, and at the top I want you to type in Adobe and hit enter. It's going to take a little bit. You might have to kind of search through it a little bit, but it should be towards the top. It should say get started with Adobe CCE. You're going to click on that and you're going to hit get started. Now, you're going to have to fill in a little information about yourself, your name, your birthday, things like that. Hit I agree or whatever it says. And then there's going to be an option that gives you a spot for a password. Now, all of my students keep very similar passwords. If you want to go a little differently, then you can, but I would recommend following along with the exact password that I have in today's lesson. So make sure you check that and use that password. That way, if you have a problem, I can tell you what your password is. If you lock yourself out of that account, I can't help you, okay? Now, once you've created that account, you're going to go to your computer, and at the top, you should see a little cloud that looks like a CC. It says Creative Cloud. You see it there. Or you can go to your little finder guy here and go to Applications. In your applications, right at the top, you should see this symbol, Adobe Creative Cloud. If you double click on that, you should see this symbol, Adobe Creative Cloud. Double clicking on that will open your Creative Cloud, which looks like this. Now, you're going to have to sign in to your Creative Cloud first. So click here, sign in, right? It's your school email address and it's the password you just typed in. That'll get you in there. Now, your computers likely don't have the right programs on them, so we need to fix that first. So if you look right here at the top and it says installed and it's already got Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign on here, then you've done good. One of the kids before you did this already, and they did it correctly. So thank them if you see them. If not, that's okay. If you see right here available in your plan, and it says these different things like Photoshop and Illustrator, then you need to install them on your computer. Next to each one of these apps, you're going to see these three little dots right here. Okay? These little dots are going to have an option that says Other Version. Now, you need to use a version of Photoshop that communicates with Certiport and G-Metrix. Same for Illustrator. The newest version of Photoshop isn't always the best version. That's the one that doesn't have the kinks worked out of. One that's a little bit older, and I'm talking months, not years, just a couple months older might work a little better. So we're going to use very specific versions of this software. We're going to go to Canvas, and we're going to look at the home page, and you'll see in these blue boxes the version that we are on right here. So you can download the correct version if you would want. Here in their Photoshop, I want you to click these three little buttons, go to Other Versions, and the version we're looking for is 24.3. That's the one that's going to communicate with Certiport. That's the one that's going to communicate with G-Metrix. So I need 24.3. Hit install, let it install. It's going to take a little bit. Illustrator, hit those three little dots. Go to Other Versions. And on this one, I'm looking for 27.5. Look for 27.5, hit that little install button. It's going to take a little while. Depending on the internet of the day, it could take 5 minutes. It could take 25 minutes. I don't know. So once it's done, you're going to get a little folder. Let me go back to where you find this. Click the little finder guy again. Go to applications, and you should see folders that look like this, specifically the AI and the PS. That's Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. These are folders. Don't click and drag these. These need to stay here. But if you double click into the folder, you'll see the app. That app can be dragged down to your dock like that. Notice it opens up when you kind of place it in a spot. When you release, it'll place it in that spot. Same's true for Illustrator. Don't drag the folder. Click in the folder and drag the app. That'll put both on your dock. Now we're going to be learning these two programs specifically. You can get InDesign, you can get Premiere, After Effects, all that other stuff, and you can play with that at your own time. You can also download the Creative Cloud at home. On the home page, you'll see how to do that. If you sign in with your Adobe ID, you can download all of this stuff at home, and you can use it there. That's pretty awesome. If you save things into your Creative Cloud, you'll be able to move computers or move home and take your files with you. For example, if I click on my Creative Cloud and I go to Files up here, I can see the different files that I've saved on this computer. And I can download those here. I can download them in the programs. If I go for Illustrator here, you'll see recent files that I've worked on and I can click on them and download them or open them and utilize them. This is all very connected at this point. I wouldn't save things to your computer if you can help it. I would save as many things as you can to that cloud. It's free storage. It doesn't slow down your computer. So that is your Adobe ID. That's how you get the right program. That's how you get the right program in your dock right there. So you can utilize these programs as we are talking. We're going to start with Photoshop. We're going to spend about 10 weeks-ish on Photoshop and about 10 weeks-ish on Illustrator. All right, those are our two main programs when it comes to Visual Design 1. Visual Design 2 is InDesign, but we use Photoshop and Illustrator too. If you're in video design, you're focusing on Adobe Premiere. Premiere is video editing software by itself. We also use Photoshop in that class as well. Check the homeroom for the version of whatever you need. Make sure that version is on your software. Thank you so much.